Ladies and gentlemen, is once again this time of the month where we do our WWE predictions for the pay-per-view. This pay-per-view, of course, is the 2025 version of the Elimination Chamber. So I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, my predictions, and everything else. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, guys, in the first match we're going to go in and give my predictions for is actually, we're going a bit out of order. I do think this could main event, but I'm going to start with this first just so we can talk about the stuff to do later on the show, but it is the men's elimination chamber between Seth freaking Rollins, Logan Paul, John Cena, CM Punk, Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre. And I mean, there are four guys that could realistically win this. It's not Logan Paul, and it's definitely not Damian Priest. But, I mean, Rollins, yeah, he could easily do it and have a rematch of Cody. They just had a promo on Raw, and I guess I should probably point this out, guys, before I go any farther here. I'm filming this once again on a Thursday, so I have not seen tomorrow's SmackDown yet. So if they add another match, then they add another match. But right now, there's just 4 matches and then the Rock and Cody segment. But anyhow, Rollins could easily challenge Cody Rhodes again. McIntyre obviously could challenge Rhodes again. And then Cena and Punk, really both of them could win. But, I mean, this year's Chamber, I don't think is going to be Rollins because of one Mr. Tribal Chief Roman Reigns just kind of coming in here and, Superman punching Rollins and, taking him out. So really, we're down to 3. We'll just go ahead and flick. Oh, well, not McIntyre. Go ahead and set McIntyre back up here. Come on, stay up, Drew. You got this. And then we're going to go ahead and just kind of flick down Priest without knocking down the backdrop. So it's down to these 3 guys here. And I'm going to actually go ahead and surprisingly knock down CM Punk. I predicted him to win this year's Royal Rumble. I do not think, however, he's going to win the Elimination Chamber. We'll get into that a little bit later. So it's between Cena and McIntyre here. And really, I could see this going either way because obviously McIntyre has been, the last person to pin Cody. They've been having a lot of segments together recently. But between these 2 guys, as much I know a lot of people are going to get mad. I know a lot of people want this man to win. But I do not want John Cena to win the Elimination Chamber. But I think he is going to win the Elimination Chamber. I think that John Cena is going to stand tall at the end of the night with a WrestleMania opportunity, but let's just say that is not the last that we might see from one of the other guys in this pile. Also, notable spot I think that's going to happen in it is most likely Logan Paul either screwing over Drew McIntyre or Damian Priest, depending on what happens. Since it seems that's what Logan Paul always does. We're going to go ahead though and move on to the next matchup here on the show. All right, guys, we move on to perhaps the easiest match to predict all night. That's a team of Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus taking on the team of Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. And to the absolute surprise of no one, I'm going to be predicting Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus to win this matchup. I mean, it's pretty obvious they're gonna, with Trish being obviously from Canada and, Tiffany Stratton being the literal women's champion WWE, plus the fact I just don't think Candice LeRae or Nia Jax are going to pose much of a threat. I give this 10 minutes, get Trish her match of the year, and then, give Tiffany Stratton another big win, preferably over Nia. I'd like Nia Jax to take the pin in this matchup, and then, Nia Jax can go on to literally doing whatever. Like, I don't care much for Nia Jax. Same thing for Candice, but I think this is definitely a good match. But like I said, pretty predictable. It's Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus, no doubt about it. Alright, guys, the next match is the Women's Elimination Chamber between Roxanne Perez, the former Women's Tag Team Champions, Bianca Belair and Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, and Liv Morgan. I'm going to go to apologize before I get into the predictions. I don't know what the heck's going on with the camera right now and why it is just so dark. I really do not know what the heck's going on. But anyhow, this is the Women's Elimination Chamber. Up until this past Monday, I was sure that Liv Morgan was going to win the Women's Elimination Chamber. And hear me out before, we're going to get Rhea versus Liv again. Now, I think it was going to be, I personally thought it was going to be Liv winning the Elimination Chamber, and then she was going to cost Io her matchup, and then they were going to go into a triple threat match at Mania with Rhea and, I forgot what I was saying, Rhea and Liv and Io. But now, with Liv winning the women's tag team titles, I don't think they're going to put the tag team titles off WrestleMania this year. So I really think we're going to go and eliminate Liv. As much as I think Liv should finally win an Elimination Chamber, I don't think 2025 is her year. And now I'm going to go to explain why I do not think it's going to be Naomi, just simply because, hate to say it, any Naomi fans out there, but it's 2025. I don't think Naomi is ever going to win another, unless it's the Women's United States or it's Continental title. I do not think Naomi is ever going to win the women's world title again. So we're going to just go ahead and knock down Naomi without knocking down Alexa Bliss. Now we're going to go to get down to two. We're going to eliminate two more women here. That's going to be Roxanne Perez and Bayley. They've kind of been having a feud. Now, I don't watch NXT, so I don't know if the feud has died down at all or not. But I think if it hasn't, then I could see these two costing each other the matchup just because NXT has a stacked women's division right now. And I think Bayley versus Roxanne Perez, not at WrestleMania, but actually at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver, would be an excellent matchup for those two. So I don't know who eliminates who, whether it's Roxanne Perez rolls up Bayley or Bayley pins Roxanne and then Roxanne attacks Bayley after. But personally, I think both women are going to be eliminated, which brings us down to the final two here. And really, I can see this going any way, Alexa Bliss or Bianca Belair. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to go with Bianca Belair for this one, just because Alexa Bliss, I mean, we got to be obvious here. This is Bianca Belair, so she doesn't take many pins often. Not even in the tag team match on this past Monday, she didn't even get pinned. Like, the second I saw Naomi get tagged in, I'm like, yep, that's wraps. But no, I think it's going to be Bianca Belair this year because, I mean, Rhea versus Bianca. Like, I think as much as I know a lot of people wanted Io to be at WrestleMania, I don't think Io's going to be at WrestleMania. I think they're just going to go for the safest option, especially if Jade's not back and ready to go, and the title's now off Bianca. I think they're just going to go Bianca versus Rhea, which would be an excellent match. A lot of people have been wanting that for a while now. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that Bianca Belair is your 2025 Women's Royal Rumble winner. And now we're going to go ahead and go, I guess, to the main event before the Cody Rock thing. All right, now we get to a match that could really main event the show here, depending on when they do Cody and The Rock segment. But this is Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in an unsanctioned match. And really, this matchup could main event the history between these two men, plus, you know, the fact that it's in Canada. I could easily see this match main eventing over the actual chamber itself, similar to Rhea versus Nia last year. But it's going to be Kevin Owens wearing the main event Jey Uso t-shirt, facing the former honorary Uso, Sami Zayn. And, I mean, this matchup, I think as much as I'm a KO fan, it's got to be Sami here because of one main reason. I don't have his figure currently, but that is because of the Viper, Randy Orton. Randy Orton, I think he's going to come back. We'll use Roman Reigns here because I didn't really get to use him much for the men's elimination chamber, where he think he's going to hit him with a bit of an RKO, and that's going to set up a WrestleMania feud for that. And for Sami Zayn, I've seen a lot of people talk about maybe him going into a feud with Karrion Kross, which I don't know if I'd want to see that for a WrestleMania match, especially because, you know, last year he beat Gunther for the Intercontinental title, but that's for WrestleMania. That's for our predictions for about a month and a half away. This is Elimination Chamber, and I think it's going to be Sami Zayn beating Kevin Owens. I think they're going to go all over the place, you know, like just brutal everywhere, like kind of NXT Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole, where they're brawling through the crowd for a good 10, 15 minutes. But yeah, I think it's going to be Sami Zayn, and I think it's going to be, you know, a great matchup between Owens and Zayn, though. Probably to end their rivalry for at least a good bit. All right, and now for perhaps, obviously, like I said, they could add one more match, but if they keep it at 4, that's all we're going to know for now. But perhaps the most intriguing part of the card here at the Elimination Chamber is probably The Rock and Cody Rhodes, and that's, will Cody give The Rock his soul? And I've seen a lot of people online saying, you know, 50% chance, 50% chance. I really think that it is not going to be Cody Rhodes, and I really think that the matchup I predicted earlier between Cena and Cody will not just be a one-on-one matchup. Now, this is kind of a bit of fantasy booking, so, you know, take this with a grain of salt. This is more of the, you know, big fan of me that wants to see this happen. But I would like to see CM Punk take out Cody Rhodes. CM Punk, you know, this corporate guy, take the favor of the bloodline, go on to WrestleMania, beats John Cena, get the heel heat, beat Cody Rhodes in a triple threat match to win the world title. And that means we'd give the world title to CM Punk. He'd get his WrestleMania moment. He'd re-win the world title, and he would align himself with The Rock. Now, I'd love to see that. Do I think it's going to happen? It's a 50-50 chance. Do I think it's going to lead to something at WrestleMania, whether it's Cody and Punk actually, you know, if it's Cody, if it's Punk, if it's Drew, if it's Cena, no matter who it is, do I think it's going to lead to something? Yes, they're not just going to bring The Rock back for no in particular reason, but I'm not quite sure what that is yet, so I just kind of included this because I'm not really quite sure. Like, it hasn't even been a week since this happened yet at the time of recording this. So I'm really not quite sure exactly how this is going to go. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for my Royal Rumble the Elimination Chamber. That was Royal Rumble was a month ago. That's going to be it for my Elimination Chamber 2025 predictions. Leave your guys' predictions down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.